Hello, I'm Dr. Peter Martone, and I am like the sleep guy because there's no health thing there's no thing that I do more regularly to improve my quality of health or my quality of life than sleep. I am like the sleep Nazi. I sleep 8+ hours a night. I've really been able to train myself to sleep in certain situations and to be able to sleep in really tough areas. So I have a lot going on in my life. My brain goes 100 miles an hour, and I'm always thinking. I'm thinking about family. I'm thinking about stress at work. I'm thinking about everything. All of the things that you think about, I'm thinking about. So when I go to sleep, it is so, and because I want to get to sleep quickly, the average individual should be able to sleep within 7 to 8 minutes. That means when your head hits that pillow, between 7 and 8 minutes, you should be asleep. And if you're not, there's something wrong. So I'm going to give you a tip right now. And this tip isn't, I tried to Google it or look for it, but it's not out there. You won't read about it. It's just something that I've found in my life that I've been able to put all of my knowledge together, and when you think about it, it makes total sense. So many people go to sleep and they're thinking about things, right? So we're thinking about what we have to do, we're thinking about our chores for the next day, and we're thinking about all of these things that we have to do. And the good thing is at night, when you start to slow your brain down, you can think a lot. And that's a good thing, and it's a bad thing. It's a good thing because you can rationalize things in your brain. It's a bad thing because you will never go to sleep. So you should slow your brain down during the day through meditation. That should be your think time. Your remember time or your dream time should be at night. And what do I mean by that? Well, you can't think yourself to sleep. You have to remember yourself to sleep. When you're thinking, you're in the all the blood goes to the front part of your brain. It goes to your prefrontal cortex. And when that blood goes to the brain, the sleep centers in your brain are in the back of your brain. So in order to tap those in, you have to remember. So the reason when you think, you're usually looking down. When you're remembering, you're usually looking up. It's kind of a weird thing that happens, but you have to remember yourself to sleep. And what I find is the further back the memory is. So what I typically do, sometimes I take a walk, I go back into my history when I was a child walking to school. I think about childhood memories. And the further back you can focus on, because that's something we need to focus. Another way to go to sleep is to thinking about nothing, clear your brain completely. That takes a lot of effort. So if we want to be able to focus on something, we can think about memories in the past, remember or recollect those things. Remember a time at the lake. Remember a time when you were playing soccer or football and you made that great goal, and everything that goes around it. If you're a speaker, try to count the people in your audience. And when you think when you remember past experiences, your brain, the blood to the brain starts to get shunted to the back front part of the brain, which is where your sleep centers are, and slowly you will go to sleep. When you start to thinking, or thoughts come in and you're thinking about rational things that happen today or things that are going to happen tomorrow, you got to focus on getting back to that walk. That's why counting sheep, things that the brain can do automatically, are good ways to be able to put yourself to sleep. So hopefully this tip helps. This has been a game changer in my life to be able to sleep and stay asleep. Because another thing that I find is if I'm thinking myself to sleep, and finally you get so fatigued that after 2 hours maybe you'll fall asleep, you'll wake up all night long. But if you've remembered yourself to sleep and you're really relaxed and you put that and you thought about those memories of things that happened in the past, you'll stay asleep and you'll have a great night's sleep. This is a tip, only one of many tips to come, so stay connected, and thank you for listening. If you have any questions, you can go to atlantiswellness.com and type in Ask a Question, and you'll be able to ask me a question there, and I'm going to be doing follow-up videos to this. Thank you, and thanks for staying connected.